7 in sacks. Drew Lock, last couple of weeks, appears to have at least stabilized. Don't love him, but he's stabilized. And the Broncos, by the way, second best against the spread bet in the league to Miami. I think Buffalo, so well coached, probably figures out a way to win, but I'm taking the points with Denver, 26-23 Bills.
Patriots and Dolphins.
Everybody, I'm going to take Miami minus 1.5. Here's what I hear. What about Tua against Belichick? What about Cam Newton against this defense, which is, to me, the first or second best defense in the NFL? Miami is second in points per game, first in takeaways, third down first, passer rating third. What about Cam, no weapons, and that? Listen, Brian Flores is the perfect coach for Tua in this game because young quarterbacks struggle with Belichick. Flores is going to go, kid, I was with him for 7 years. This is what you're going to see. And Tua doesn't make mistakes. Now, he may not have the talent of a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow over Herbert, but he doesn't make any mistakes. 9 TDs, 1 pick this year. He's very safe. I get a better team. I get a better defense. I get a great young coach. I get a team playing for more. Miami wins this game 24-20, and we all know the Patriots stink late in the year at Miami.
Seahawks and Washington.
I'm going to take Washington. The line's moved a bit here. I'll take Washington plus 5.5. Seahawks last 9 games have covered the spread 3 times. Why? They're overvalued. Their offensive line is the weak point, and the defensive line for Washington is the strength. I think this game gets really ugly. I think this game is also about Ron Rivera. Early in the year, he was taking cancer treatments, energy. It was different. He's out of that. He's more robust and dynamic. This team is now in a 4-game winning streak, and during that streak, they're number 1 in the league in point differential. They're number 2 in turnover differential. Ron Rivera is now working. Folks, in this 4-game winning streak, they're allowing 14 a game. They've also got 4 players with 5 sacks. It's not just Chase Young. I think the Washington defensive front against Seattle's ultimate liability makes for a low-scoring, very ugly game. Again, Russell Wilson tends to figure out a way to win these games on the East Coast late. Seattle wins 21-20, but I like Washington and the points here.
Eagles and Cardinals.
Now, I told you last week, bet less on the Giants-Arizona. That was my least favorite pick. I was right. I was wrong on that. This is my least favorite pick. So bet less, but I'm going to take Arizona minus 6.5 at home against Philadelphia. Here's why. If you look at what Philadelphia did last week to Arizona, to New Orleans, the Saints were guessing. They had no idea what they were going to get. Arizona knows exactly what they're going to get with Jalen Hurts because they see it every day at practice. It's a better version. It's called Kyler Murray. They're very used to practicing and seeing a highly athletic quarterback. By the way, Philadelphia allows quarterbacks that run to have success. Philadelphia's defense has 4 picks all year. Translation, Kyler Murray will be comfortable. Vegas likes Philadelphia, but I think an Arizona team, Arizona's becoming easy to predict. When Kyler's healthy and can run, they beat the Bills. They're good. They dominated the Giants. Kyler's healthy. He's going to be moving. I like him here against Philadelphia to win and cover. 28-20.
Chiefs at Saints.
Like it. I love it. Saints is my bet of the week. Now, the line's going to be all over the place. I bet it Monday. I got the Saints at 4. Breeze is now the starter. The number will probably come crashing down, and you won't get the number I got, but I got Saints plus 3.5, and I love the pick. First of all, right now, the Chiefs' red zone defense is not good. The Chiefs' red zone offense is not good. Buffalo's is, by the way. What does that tell me? Is that the Chiefs are allowing touchdowns, not field goals on defense, and they're scoring more field goals than touchdown on offense. I think the Saints' defense is one of 2, the Rams the other, allowing less than 300 yards a game. This Saints defense is really the story of this team. It's not Peyton. It's not Breeze. This is a great roster and a great defense, and Drew Brees was always ready to play this week. Kansas City was preparing for Taysom Hill. Not going to play. I like the Saints still fighting for the number 1 seed to win it, 28-27. There you go, my Blazing 5. All of our Blazing 5 picks. Check out the Fox Bet social platforms. So I've got underdog Denver, underdog Washington, underdog New Orleans, Arizona, and Miami. Now, all week I keep hearing, what about Tua and Belichick? What about Cam with no weapons? At least Tua's got weapons. How about Cam with no weapons against Flores? And for the record, I don't have the numbers on me. Through the years, Belichick, remember Matt Patricia beat him one time. Belichick against his assistants. Now, his assistants don't always crush, but some of his assistants have done pretty well because they know a little bit of the secret sauce. So I saw this. This is a tweet by Chris Mortensen, who's a great guy, Mort Report. He says, one NFC general manager made an observation after the Charger game with the Raiders last night. And the observations were, according to Mortensen, according to the NFC GM. The Chargers have a superstar at quarterback with Herbert. Anthony Lynn should remain the coach. He won 12 games 2 years ago. Don't overreact to Anthony Lynn. You can make that argument. And number 3, Marcus Mariota looks like an NFL starter. Okay. And I knew we were going to get this morning. I'm driving in. I know this is a topic. Marcus Mariota has a quality I do not know if you can coach out of people. Carson Wentz has it. Sam Darnold has it. He's reckless. He is truly fast. He is big, 6'4". He's a playmaker. But he's a little bit the definition of a tease. His first NFL start, he had a perfect passer rating, 4 TDs, no picks. End of the year, he was 3-9 and only played 12 games. You know, you've gone on a date before. The first date, you fall in love. The second date, you're like, I like him, but he's a little cray-cray. Third date, halfway through, check, please. He's a tease. He is big, and he's dynamic, and he's strong, and he's fast, and he's reckless. He got smoked 3 times last night. Lamar Jackson, we all freak out. He's going to get hurt. He rarely gets hit. Russell Wilson never gets hit. Kyler Murray never gets hit. Jalen Hurts slides. No. Marcus Mariota doesn't slide. He's Carson Wentz. He puts his head down, runs over you. That's what 6'4", 6'5" guys do because they ran over guys in high school. They ran over guys in college, and now you're like, be finesse, slow down. Kyler Murray and Russell have always been small. Jalen Hurts has always been small. They run, and they know, I don't want to get a hit by a guy who can bench press Delaware, 38 pounds heavier, 4 inches taller. But when you get these big athletes, Carson Wentz is big, Josh Allen's big, Mariota's big, slide. Bro, I was the biggest guy in my high school team. I was the best athlete in my college team. They don't slide. Marcus doesn't. Did you see last night? Like 4 times he got popped. The other thing is, he's a reckless quarterback. He's physically reckless. I like him. I like Wentz. I like Darnold. I don't think you can teach reckless out of people. His TD interception ratio in his career is 77 touchdowns, 45 picks. And you're like, that's not good. Oh, no, it's worse. If you take out 1 year, he had 1 good year. It's 32 touchdowns, 26 picks. He's reckless. He's reckless as a thrower. He had a couple throws last night. You're wincing. So he's a reckless runner. He's a big athlete. And these big athletes, they run over people in high school and college. And then you get him to the NFL, and you're asking Carson Wentz, who was probably the biggest kid in his high school, and then he goes to North Dakota, and he's 6'5", 240, and the DBs are 5'9 and a half, 1, and you're asking him, hey, just slide. It's like, slide? They got to tell Josh Allen to slide. Big Ben, Cam, what did they do? They wouldn't slide. Their sensibility is slide. I'm the biggest guy on the football team. Russell slides, Hurts slides, small guys slide, Kyler slides. So I think he's a reckless player, but he is, you see glimpses of him, and he's electric. He is big, and he is fast. He's not Lamar fast. He may be the second fastest quarterback in the league. If you put him in a sprint with Russell Wilson or Kyler, I think he's faster. He is a big, fast, electric playmaking athlete. But so I watched this last night, and I'm like, just go look at the data. Go look at the numbers. The less you see, the more you like. The more you see, the less you like. And I'm rooting for him. John Gruden after the game. I mean, first of all, I do think Marcus is the most talented backup in the league. And I do think in a pinch, you could start him for a season. I mean, if you knew you were going to draft somebody or develop somebody, and You could use him for a season. I'm not saying he wouldn't win you games, but he wouldn't play all 16. He'd get hurt. That's his history, Gruden after.
I mean, it just shows the kind of player and kind of football character he has. I mean, our offensive coordinator isn't here either. You lose Derek, and then we changed gears offensively, and Marcus came in and did a great job. And really proud of him. I think that just kind of puts an exclamation point on why we signed him, and just wish we could have won the game for him.